20 years ago this month is when I got into security. So how did that happen? Well, pretty simple. I was out and I got a phone call and I asked, wait, what happened? I'll be right there. That was it. Right time, right place. So how does my journey correlate with your journey getting into cybersecurity? Completely different times, completely different, oh, that's the water, places. How does that work? Well, there's a lot of corollaries that we can talk about. The first one of those being simple fact that how was I in the right place at the right time? Because I made sure I was in a place that I thought was good, and I just got there, so the time was there. Luck is opportunity meets preparation. So most of you are probably focused ton on the preparation and less on building the opportunity. Totally fine. You can do it that way, but there has to be a blend of the two. So what did that look like for me? I first went in asking for an unpaid internship. It's a long time ago at an IT company where I asked, hey, I'd like to work for you for free. And they said, are you insane? You can't even drive. And I said, but I'll bike. They said, that's not as exciting as we'd like. No, thank you. So I tried again and again and then again, and then I could drive. And so I got an unpaid internship when I could drive. That's pretty nice. And that went on for a little while. And then I got a paid internship. And then I got another paid internship. And then I started consulting a little bit on the side. And then I went to college. Completely moved away from security. Went into electrical engineering, talking, still firmware security, that sort of stuff, but completely different place. Oh, heart rate's too high, I gotta slow down. Get excited. So I stepped away for a while. But honestly, those same fundamentals from 20 years ago were still the same fundamentals. Who can do what, to whom, when. Boom. One other fundamental. Sometimes people suck, and you only give them as much trust as they can. Business side versus technical side, and focusing on the technical side. So if there's a system, someone will try to abuse the system. That's an engineer thought. It's also a security thought. So you apply those same fundamentals to the modern day landscape, and it's just a different landscape. Yeah, you throw a cloud, somebody else's computer. You throw a cloud, a bunch of APIs. You throw a cloud, ephemeral systems. Great. You know what else was an ephemeral system? 20 years ago, every system. So a lot of that is the same. So how do you go build the opportunity or the luck or the preparation? You blend the three. Yes, it is different today. That's fine. But if you're not out networking, if you're not out showing that you can do this, potentially be willing to take a pay cut, then what does that mean? Now let's talk about pay cuts. Do you have to take, this is a hill, way too much right now. It's a recovery day, I'm supposed to go slow. Whew. With a pay cut, do you have to take a pay cut to get into security? No, you do not. No, you do not. Most people will tell you to get into security, you have to go start at the base level IT job and really get a solid fundamentals and understanding of what it's like to be a help desk and work from there. I love tons of my help desk people. I love them. They're great. Do they want to get in security? Only a couple of them. So if that's the case, why start there? If you are amazing at something and you're going to be the best in the world at something, how about you do that in the context of cybersecurity? So what I'm doing, how about me? I left IT, went into electrical engineering, a bachelor's, master of engineering, tons of work. Realized I do not actually want to be an engineer. I do not want to be a system administrator. Looking at my peer group when I was switching into an Army cyber unit, they loved blue team, red team work. Loved it. You could see it in their eyes. They get so excited about it. They love doing it. And then when they get the flag, we're talking about like capture the flags, so CTFs, when they get the flag, they go from love to elation. Now, I could usually keep up, or at least, we'll say a close third with my peers. But what I realized throughout that was that while they loved it and became elated, I went from smashing through pain to an absence of pain. Those are not the same things. That was a big indicator that, boom, maybe I should switch to something else slightly. What am I best at? I'm best at stakeholder engagement and getting a whole bunch of people across a wide variety of different types of backgrounds to get to yes and move an organization in one direction, or at least narrow that direction. Often called leadership. Okay, what else is that called? What are some other frameworks for that? Honestly, sales. Turns out, building relationships, leading teams, getting people to yes, and making sure that you leave an organization better than you found it, leadership, also sales. So through that journey, what I found was a lot of other people with similar backgrounds as me, electrical engineers, architects, etc., ended up going through leadership backgrounds similar to me, service academy, military deployments, etc., ended up going into sales because almost all those fundamentals are still the same. So, am I still doing what I love? Helping organizations get to yes, keeping them protected, because they're organizations that you and I both know and love and trust, and you can trust more, hopefully, since I'm helping most of them. Doing that same sort of mission type focus work, just doing it in a slightly different context. And honestly, my happiness has increased the further away I am, not from tech, but from the keyboard, from actual implementation. Do I still go back occasionally and work through some of the implementation? Okay, I'm at the top of the hill now, great. Go through and work through some of the implementation myself, maybe do a little Python? Sure, because it's fun. But it's not what I love to do. I make sure that I stay current at it as much as possible, so that way I'm still relevant. So another point here is for anybody that is interested in moving to the cyber field or just tech sales in general, you do not have to be an expert wizard, guru, super duper project guild master, a 4th degree black belt in the thing that you're selling. You have to build relationships, get a diverse set of stakeholders to agree on something, and then you move forward. And when you need somebody that understands how to build a rocket ship, you bring them in. Done. And we talked about a lot of points on this one, but that's a big part of my journey of how I got into cybersecurity, and so can you. You don't have to start at the bottom. Just do what you're best at in the context of security. And if you're not in it yet, go try it. Just go try it. Learn a little bit, meet some people, network, and make your own luck. Opportunity, preparation. Have a great day.